Tracking the A word through time from tractus, Latin for to draw, to attractive land, through the digestive tract, into the cesspool or compost heap, back to abstractus, meaning to draw away from, to steal, to trick or beguile. One experience is the perfect example of the fluidity of language. Abstractus, beyond drawing. Abstract art is not abstract. Abstract and art together generally mean a spectrum of distortion of image, tone, taste, etc., from caricature to infinite randomness. Abstract form is a paradox. Any work, no matter how apparently formless, takes on a form the instant it is transformed from the realm of ideas into three-dimensional reality. If viewed and interpreted, it can become a symbol. If popularized, it can become an icon, and eventually a cliché when the icon becomes an anachronism. Abstract is a shift of mind. The ability of a work to inspire this shift in mental state is more relative to its abstractness than its physical form or apparent formlessness. Having established the limits of art and abstraction, the theoretical consideration of film as an abstract art form can begin. Film as that light which would dissipate into the void without a wall to collide with, beyond the process of production, fills the criterion for ars abstractus as well or better than any other art form. Even the process of production and development, while more concrete than the actual light projected, were developed with the aid of serious abstraction in engineering and mechanics. All film in this sense is abstract. It is light. It is not an apple. Films have always used symbolic abstract interludes to convey fringe emotions, dream sequences, or other experiences known to the viewer but not experienced in the first person. Certain experiences near the edge of convention or sanity have been portrayed irrational sequences out of focus shots, explosions, color saturations, image swirls, or any other number of bizarre techniques. Over the history of commercial films, these portrayals have increased in number and sophistication as the audience became accustomed to the medium. Experimental films go beyond these brief spectacles. The images are pushed both ways in time, from three-frame flashes to seemingly endless repetitions. Films about films, about films, about films. Many of the techniques eventually slip into the mainstream, especially the ones that are directly related to the emerging technology. The zoom lens, the portable video rig, computer-enhanced images, the list goes on. Abstractamactuxs. Art is language. A picture is worth 1,000 words. What are the thousands of frames worth in a given film? At first glance, the experimental or abstract film conveys the appearance of the proverbial 10,000 monkeys typing away, trying to get the sum total of all literature on the planet. The film is a coherent sentence. No, it is rambling strangeness. Now, it is baby talk. The human mind is hardwired for language. It seeks to impose order on any experience, to reduce it to syntax and familiar grammar. The effect of a film conveying abstract symbolism can be hypnotic, boring, or inspiring. It can cause hyperreactions or induce sleep. The combination of sounds and images can force the mind into modus abstractus, denied the time usually needed to process images, or saturated with a single image with minute variations for a long period of time. The mind must react. Sensory overload results from this inability to categorize, or from the over-regularization of categorization, and from the ensuing confusion and unpredictability of the audio-image attack. The resulting chaotic mental state is resolved by abstraction or unconsciousness. As with any language, meaning comes from familiarity. With repeated viewings, the abstractness of the piece dissolves. Eventually, one could categorize and memorize even the most unrelated string of images into, at bare minimum, a list, or into a high art form at the other extreme, to include the symbol, icon, cliche cycle of the artwork. The real abstraction remains internal with the viewer, where according to definition, it should be. As the once apparently abstract art form becomes familiar, the degree of its abstraction can quantum leap within the mind. Film is in all forms a medium that stimulates abstraction in the viewer, listener, from the simplest angle change to the most outrageous string of single-frame unrelated images. Film demands the precipitant open the abstract portion of the brain and use it. Otherwise, we would never be able to accept a character walking off the screen, or an apple thrown out of the frame. Wait a minute. That wasn't an apple. Abstractamactuxs.